Good evening, dear participant in the today's session. MATLAB Essentials, an indispensable tool for students, young researchers, and engineers. Today's topic is very interesting, and this tool is very essential to all the participants who are researchers, scientists, and want to use this computing tool in their findings and in the research. So many participants has been joined this session, and I hope that I am perfect audible to all the participants. And this is my desktop, which is visible to all of you. So we are starting this today's session from the basic introduction about the MATLAB. What is MATLAB and why it is essential? Okay. So first of all, once again, good evening to all the participants who are attending this session, and I would like to inform you that you must be stay connected during the entire session. The important information will be shared with you, and some of the participants might be not registered. So at the end, I will share the feedback link where you will submit your feedback to get your certificate of the participation. Okay. So without submitting the feedback form, you are not able to get your certificate of participation. So everything is fine. I am perfect audible. You can say yes. My voice is clear. Screen is very clear to all the participants. Okay. Once again, good evening. And now we will enjoy the entire session. If you have any question during this session, you can put your question in the chat box, as well as you can put your questions in the feedback form. There is one option for the coming sessions. So your regular feedback is very important for us. So now all the many participants has been joined this session, and it is perfect time to start the session now. Once again, good evening to all the participants. The recording of the session, many participants always ask about me where you can get the recording. The recording will be available at the same link. Okay, you need not required to access any link where the live streaming is going on. At the same link, you can get the recording also. Okay, so the recording will be available there. So here you can see this is my MATLAB window, and very first is what is MATLAB. MATLAB in briefly is high-level programming environment developed by MathWorks, which is the one of the most company which has developed this MATLAB, Matrix Laboratory, by designed for the numerical computation, visualization, and programming. It integrates computation, graphic, and an easy to be used interface in a flexible environment. Okay. And solutions are expressed in familiar mathematical notations. So the most important thing in this tool is to understand the syntax. Okay, so where we can use this MATLAB and why MATLAB is so essential. So there is huge applications of the MATLAB, and that can be useful only if you have some demonstration examples which we do in the today's session. And here you can see in the image various type of the applications are there. Okay, so we will discuss all these. So engineering application, MATLABs used in engineering for the data analysis and simulations. For the scientific research, we can use MATLAB as scientific research for the algorithm development, okay, and modeling. We can use MATLAB for applications in the economics for the data analysis and the modeling. There are huge matrix operations which are capable in the performing complex matrix operations. We can use MATLAB for signal processing, the utility in processing and analyze the signals. By using the MATLAB, we can design and implement a control system. Also, there is one of the most important library for the machine learning. MATLAB's role in developing and implementing machine learning algorithm. We can use MATLAB for reduced development time and built-in functions. There are various types of functions which are available in the MATLAB. We can directly access all these functions and save our time to implement, to write the code. Okay, so we can use also the MATLAB in creating prototype for various type of the applications. MATLAB's capability in visualizing complex data set, any kind of the data which you have, we can visualize the data for our finding, okay, and to analyze the data. Most of all the functions are available in the MATLAB and we can directly use in MATLAB. And at the end we have the numerical simulations, which is the most useful for the dynamical models and mathematical models. Okay, there are several type of the differential solutions and functions which are available in the MATLAB to find out the numerical solutions as well as approximations. By using these inbuilt functions, we can easily find out the solutions of different type of the differential equations, partial differential equations, as well as system of differential equations. So in this way, there is a huge use of this software, not only in engineering and science, but also we can use for the other purposes. Okay, so then after we can have real world applications in academia, research and industry. So in academia, we can use MATLAB teaching and visualize mathematical concept in the classroom, enable experiment various type of the real applications or the demonstration or visualization of the function. We can easily use MATLAB in the classroom. That will build a better understanding for the student. Okay, we can use in industry designing the control embedded system and automated testing, integration with the hardware. Okay, and in the research we can simulating the models, analyzing data, validating result, publishing reproducible results. And here you can find some examples are there, just like you can see the simulating electric vehicle in Simulink, image enhancement in biomedical imaging, modeling pandemic spread using differential equations, forecasting weather and climate models. So these are some few examples which we try to introduce here, and we can use this MATLAB software for different type of the scientific computing and engineering problems, and in the as well as in the classroom also. Okay. Good evening once again to all the participants who are joined this session later. Okay, so now how navigating the MATLAB interface. This is the most important part of this session, because whenever you are familiar with all these components of MATLAB, only then you can integrate this software in your learning. At the end I will let you know how you can use in the cloud base also, but one more thing I will let you know, this is the commercial software, so not free available this software. Okay, so here we have the first component is command window, immediate command execution and result display when you will open the system. I will show you, okay, all these components one by one, and we will do some experiment or basis on these all part. Okay, so this is the mainly introductory session. So first is the command window, where we can give the input and output will be there on the command window. Second component is the workspace variable displays and management, where all the variables and their values will always be displayed in the workspace. Third is the current folder of files and directory management. Okay, so when we create some files or directories, all these will be available in this current directory. In editor we can create a script and functions creations and debugging them. Okay, this is the same as we do in the command window, but the main thing is that in editor we can edit, rewrite and modify according to need and save our lot of time. In the command history, all the commands which we will execute in the command window will be saved automatically in the command history, and we can reuse again. figure window is specifically for the graphical output display, and we can edit. And then at the end we have the live editor. Interactive script development, we can edit the file live, and when we will run the file corresponding to this, we have the output also. So now you can see this is when you will open MATLAB, the MATLAB will appear like in this way. There will be several partitions. Okay, so the major portion which you can see here, this is the where you can see my cursor is moving, and the major portion, this is the command window. So all the command we can easily execute at this place. A command window, just we have the like calculator. Okay, and I show you how you can use, just like 2 plus 5. Okay, this will work as a calculator, and you can see that the answer is in the command window, and we are giving the input at this place, and as well as we have the output. Okay, so in this way we can use. If you want to multiply, then you can use it 45, and this is the sign of the product. Okay, and this will return the multiplication. Similarly, we can have this is the subtraction. Okay, 45 minus 41, okay, is equal to 4. So this is the subtraction. Similarly, we can use for division. You can use 45, this backslash. Backslash is used for the division. Okay, and when you will enter, you can see this is 9. So this is the command window where you can execute all the simple statement. And the most important thing is that we need not require it to declare any variable. We can assign the values automatically directly at its place. Okay, CLC is used to clear the command window. Okay, you can see the space of the command window is covered, and when you will enter CLC, this will clear the command window. And on the other hand, you can see here we have is the this is the workspace on the right bottom. This is the workspace. So what I will do, I use here clear. So you can see all the variables has been removed from the workspace. Okay, there is no variable here. Okay, and this part where my cursor is moving, you can see this is the command history. This is the command history. Okay, so here you can see there are two parts. You can set all these. Okay, so one is the command history and other is workspace. Okay, you can move in this way, and on the left hand side, this part is current folder. Okay, so first I let you know how we can use this current directory or current folder. So you can easily see in the current directory, I have, this is the folder in my desktop. This is the OneDrive, and inside this OneDrive I have many folders are there. Okay, I am using this folder, and in this folder you can see here is several folders are there, and I have to check in the address space. I have this is the path 2025 MATLAB activities. Inside there is again folder certificate courses 2025, then MATLAB essentials, and then we have the files. Okay, so here you can see this is MTF activities, and here we have to check the folder certificate courses. Okay, inside this folder you can see this is the folder MATLAB essential, and here are the lectures are there, matrix arrays, logical operations, lecture introduction. 3 folders are there, and inside all these there are some files. So this is the folder which I am using right now. Okay, so how I can access this one? See now, this is my current folder in my system. I want to make this folder as my current directory. How we can do? See here, you can see this is the download arrow sign. From this place, when you will go to this Google OneDrive, and inside this I have this folder, MTF activities. So when I will select this one, again you can see there are many folders in this site. Okay, I have to select this one and select this folder. So you can see this folder is there. Now I can double click on it. There are again 3 folders. If I want to make this folder, so now this folder is a current directory, and when I will double click on it, this folder is now become my current directory. Okay, so the meaning, the purpose of this current folder or the current directory is that whenever we will create some files, all these files and the outputs will be saved automatically in this current folder. Okay, and on the other hand, you can see this is the workspace and this is the command window. So now see here how we can assign the values. A is equal to 5. So we have assigned the value to A, which is 5. 5 is the value of A. Okay, and use here semicolon. Semicolon is used to suppress the statement and then enter. Again we can have the second value. Suppose the value of B is 6. Okay, the value will saved automatically in this my variable, and the value of B is 6. Okay, and similarly you can assign the value C. Suppose that it is 9. Okay, and see in the command window also the value of A is there, value of B is there, and when I will enter, you can see value of C is also there. Okay, D is equal to, I have now the values of A, B and C are stored, and you can see in the workspace also the values A, B, C are there. A, B, C are the variables and their values are 5, 6, 9. Okay, D is equal to, we have some simple operation I am taking first so that you can understand. A is equal to D is equal to A plus B and plus C. Then suppress it, and as soon as I will enter, you can see that the value of D after computing this part, which is 20, is available in the workspace. Okay, similarly if I am using one more operation, A is equal to, I have is A product B. Okay, then semicolon and enter. So we have now these are A, B, C, D, E are the variables. So if you want to print the value, you can directly enter E. Okay, or either you can use the display function. You can use display function to print the value. See here I am using E and then enter. So this is the way how you want to display your values, but a display function is important to use. Okay, there are various type of the applications to use display function. Okay, now there is one more important function, who. When you will enter who, see this will return all the variables which you have used in the workspace. Okay, you can see these are the variables in alphabetically, and when you will use this who function, this will return the detail about the variables which has been used. And if you will use here whose, so whose will return some more information about all the variable. Okay, in the first column you can see we have all the variable, and in the second column you can see their size. All the variable are of the size 1 by 1, and their bytes and class are 8 double each. Okay, now if you want to remove any variable from this place, okay, if you want to remove any one variable, suppose I want to remove one variable, that is D. I want to remove D. So you will write here clear D. So when you will enter, this will remove the variable. Sorry, statement is incorrect. Clear D. Okay. So clear D will remove the variable from the workspace and enter. You can see the variable has been removed. If you want to remove two variables at the same time, you can use in this way clear A space B. So these two variables will be removed from this place. Okay. If the other thing is, if you want to remove all the variables, then you will use simply clear. Okay. So I request to all the participants, the most important part which I am presenting here, note all these things, and then I will let you know how you can use in the Cloudbase. Okay. The free version will be available only for the 15 days. After that you have to purchase. So all these things, this type of the questions we will discuss at the end. Okay. So you can see workspace is now empty. And when you use here CLC, the command window is also very clear. But in the command history, this is the command history. All the statements which we execute in the command window are available in the command history. So you can see here, this is the time. Okay, from this place, this is the today's date as well as time is there. Okay, you can see this time we have started to use this command. Okay, I start at 6 p.m. according to Indian Standard Time. I have used this statement. Okay, so these are the statement which I have used today after 5 p.m. according to Indian Standard Time. All these will be available and we can reuse anytime. Okay, CLC. And if there is one more function, if you want to get the list of all inbuilt function which are available in MATLAB, so what you will use, there is help function, EL, elementary function. Okay, so when you will enter this function, this statement, this will return all the inbuilt functions inside in MATLAB. Okay, see here we have the complete list of all the functions. So trigonometric functions are there. Okay, inverse functions are there. Then we have the tangent, secant. Okay, and here are the exponential functions are there, which are very useful. Then for the complex functions are there. Okay, and rounding and remainder functions are also there. So everyone have different use, but how you can use these functions. Okay, very simple to use. See here, if you want to know the syntax about this sine trigonometric function, I am demonstrate one example. Click any function which you wanted to check the syntax and how you can use. Just you will click any one function. I am taking this one. Okay, just the most important thing is how we can use MATLAB. Everything is inside in the MATLAB, but how we can access all these things, this is very important thing. You need not require to remember everything, but how you can use, only this thing is important. So for this sine function, you will click here. So you can see here is the example how you can use. Okay, so this part is important. We are checking about the help for sine function. Okay, so this is the syntax to use the function, and see here sign of the argument is radian. Okay, so sine 90. If I am using here sine 90, this value is in radian, okay, which is 0.8940. But if you are using sine D, here is sine D. So click it and you can see that, see this message, sign of the argument in degrees. Okay, so the difference before using these functions, you have to check the syntax, okay, which format is required for your use. So there are many things inside in the MATLAB, and their syntax, their examples are there, but you have to check these functions, inbuilt functions, before using it. Okay, so if you are using sine D function, and again I am entering here 90, so this is equal to 1. So when you are using degree, the sine 90 is 1, and when you are using sine function only, so this is the radian. In that case, this will not be equal to 90, not equal to 1. Now this value is 0.8940. Okay, CLC. Similarly, you can check the other examples. And one more, if you want to check only help plot, if you want to use, you want to check how you can plot the graph, you will use help plot. So when you will enter this function, this will give us the complete detail about the plotting. Scroll back. At the top, you can see this is the linear plot. Okay, this is the example how you can use for the plot. Okay, and other details are also there. Sometimes we need markers, we need the different color, B for blue, G for green, R red, C cyan, M magenta, Y yellow, K black, W white. So these are the colors which we can use, and the others are the markers which we need to require to use. Okay, along with the here you can see the one example is given here. See here, this is the example how you can use. Okay, this is the example given at this place. So if you want to check the yes, if you will execute, copy from this place, I will give you the simple example. So here you can see documentation for plot. Click at this place. So when you will click at the documentation, you will get the entire information about 2D, 3D, various examples are there. You need to worry about you are familiar about the programming or not. Very easy to use, very simple to use. Just you need to check the document. Okay, so here I can increase the font size, control and shift. Yes, so here you can see on the left hand side, these are the content. I want to check about 2D and 3D plotting. Okay, so when I will click here, yes, so these are the 2D and 3D examples are there. Very first we have is the line plot. We have the line plot. So here you can get to various type of the examples are there. Click here. This is the plot 2D. Click here, and here are the examples. Here you can find various examples are there. See, this is the syntax. See here, x is equal to pi by 100 colon 2 pi. So the interval here is 0 to 2 pi, and y is sin x, and plot x comma y. So when you will execute, when you will use these statement, you can put the graph. Okay, or either you can check this example in command window. See here, So this is the command window, CLC, and I am using here. So when I will enter, you can see I have very beautiful graph. I have very beautiful graph. Okay, you can see here. So this is the graph. Okay, this is the graph. If what is the meaning of this one? This is very important to know. So say if I have x is equal to 0, 5, and when I will enter, I have this one 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the step size is 1. Step size is at its base 1. Okay, and if I am taking x is equal to 0, point, so the meaning of this mid value, this is the step size. By default step size will be 1, but we can manipulate. Okay, so x, this will be one array. This is the one dimensional array, and by using this one dimensional array we can calculate the value of y corresponding to this array. Okay, so you can see now the difference between each two consecutive point is 0.5. So 0.5 is the step size. You can check it at this place also. So this is 0.5 is the increment. This is the dx. This is the step size. This value will be added in the current value to get the next value. Okay, when you will add 0.5 in 0, we have 0.5. When you will add 0.5, we have 1. When we will add 0.5 in 1, we have 1.5, and so on until we have the last value. Okay, if you want to compute the value of y, which is sin x, corresponding to these values of x. Okay, and when you will enter, we have the values of y. These are the values of y against the values of x. And if you want to plot this graph, x comma y, we have this graph. Okay, but you can see that the curve is not smooth. This depends upon the step size. So as much we have the small step size, we have more accurate graph. Okay, so CLC. There are some different ways of the use of the one array. I am taking here x is equal to say 1 to 10. Okay, and if you need, sometimes we need x is equal to 10 colon minus 1 colon 0. So here you can see that the values are in decreasing order. So what we are doing, we are using here step size is -1. This is the highest value, 10 to 0. Okay, it means the value must be in decreasing order. You can manipulate this step size if you will take 0.5. If you will take 0.5 and then enter -0.5. Okay, so 10, then 9.5, 9, 8.5, 8, and so on. CLC and clear. CLC is used to clear the command window, and clear is used to clear the workspace. You can see the workspace is clear. There is no value inside workspace. Okay, so here if you have x is equal to I am taking from 0 to 5, I have these values. Okay, if you want to get x square, if you want to get the value of x square, okay, for x square you have to use this cap sign. 2, you have to use dot cap 2, so all the values will be squared. 0 square 0, 1 square 1, 2 square 4, 3 square 9, 4 square 16, 5 square 25. If you want to get the cube of all these values, you can use here 3, or either you can use in this way, x dot product x, this is also x square, x product x means x square. Okay, this is the array, but this is the product of element wise element multiplication. Okay, CLC. Now here also you can see there are several commands are there. CLC we have discussed. Clear also we have used to remove the variables from the workspace. Clear x used for clear the variable, who, whose, all these we have discussed. Okay, help command is also we have discussed, and cd pwd. Pwd, when you will enter, will display the current working directory. See here in the MATLAB. Okay, pwd, when you will enter, this is the path. Okay, this is the current directory path, and you can see where is our file. So you can see C directory, then user, then 1 2 3 OneDrive. Inside OneDrive I have this folder 2025 MTTF activities, and inside this folder I have again subfolder which is the certificate course 2025. Inside this folder I have again one subfolder MATLAB essentials. Okay, and inside this folder I have this folder matrix and arrays, which we are using. See here, see at its place at the top. So the same path is displayed at its place. Okay, sometimes we need the path, so in this way we can easily get this path to use for further use or application. This is required many times. And there is one more, you can see a CD or a dir. When you are use dir, see what happen, dir. Okay, so this will return all the files which are exist in our current directory or current folder. So all the files which are available here, this will be displayed in the command window, which files are there inside your current directory. Okay, and there is cd. When you will use cd command, this also return the, this will publish here the complete path at its place, which is the same as we do at its place. Okay, so cd and pwd have the some similarities between all these, CLC and clear. Okay, so now I have prepared some important files and script file. So now the most important thing is how you can create the script file and why these script files are important. Okay, this is the first component is the command window, second was workspace, third component is command history, fourth is current folder, next we have is script file. Okay, so all these files which you can see in my current directory are the script file. So how you can create these script file? Okay, these are very beautiful script files I have created, but first I will let you know how you can create. First I have to remove all these files, okay, which I have created, and we will cover all these files. So now there is no script file open. So to open or to create the script file, what you will do, you will enter, okay, you will enter control plus n. Okay, you will enter control plus n. So control and n. This new editor file will open. New editor file will open. Now first we need to save this file if it is not a functional file. Okay, so when you are creating some functions which are customized function, in that case you have to save the file with the name of the function. But if you are using simple script file for the output, for the other purpose, we can give any name. But remember that the first letter must not be numbers or upper letter. So when you will save the file, the letters are in lowercase. So I am using here example and enter. So our script file has been created. Now how you can use the same task which you can do in the command window, we can perform in this script file also. Okay, so here the meaning of the percentage sign is comment. Comment not the part of the programming. This is the just only the description what we are doing, what we are going to do in this script file. So here some examples for basic operations. Okay, so this is the file which I want to create. But if you are using double percentage, so this is the title of this file. Okay, so here first what we are doing, addition. If I have a is equal to 9 semicolon, b is equal to 12, you can do in the single line also. C is equal to 6 7, d is equal to 12. Okay, here you can use say addition is equal to a plus b plus c plus d. So press it. Okay, now I want to print this value. Then what you will do, you will use here display function. You will use display function and pass the argument. Remember that the sign at this place which is appeared must be in green. There must be not any kind of the warning or the red sign. Only then you can run your script file. So this is a very simple program we write at this place. Okay, and if you want to run this script file, either you will press at this place, or you can, if you have multiple section, then you will run accordingly, but you can run by pressing this one. So here you can see these are the values which you can see in the workspace as well, and this is the operation which we perform, and display function is used here to display the output value. So you can see the value is 100. So the output will be always appeared in the command window. Remember, the output will be always in the command window. Okay, if you want to edit these values, you can modify. Suppose this value is 19. Okay, and this value is, again I have is 21, and here is 75, and here is 112. And when you will execute, so the most important thing is here, you can edit the file, you can edit the value, but the same thing not possible in the command window. We can easily create the file, we can reuse in the future, we can modify easily. We need not require to rewrite the entire code. Okay, also the use of CLC and clear is possible here. So when we run this file 2 times, and you can see that the output of the previous as well as the new one is there. So there are 2 outputs. So when you will use here CLC and clear, what happen? This command window will be clear, this workspace will be clear, new values which you will assign at space will be updated in the side also, everything will change, and the command window will clear. See, only one value is there, only the output of this operation is there, okay, and the values which we assign at place are in the workspace, okay, and the value of D is 102. So everything by using CLC and clear, the previous values of all the variables will be removed and updated, command window will be clear, and only the latest values will be printed in the command window as well as in the workspace. If you are using again here double percentage, okay, here you can write the examples for multiplication, okay, you can take here a CLC, you will start from CLC and clear, okay, then you will assign the values. A is equal to, you can take any value, B is equal to, I have this value, and C is equal to, I have this value, and then multi is the only the assignment variable which I am using here, okay. So here I have the product of ABC, A product B product C. So press it and use the display function and pass the value multi, okay. So now if you want to execute only this shell, this section, now you can see in this file there are 2 sessions are there, okay, one is at the at this place and second is here. So if you want to execute only this section, then you will click here at this place, run section, but your cursor must be in this section. See, only this section run. If you want to execute this section, see, cursor is here and then press here 217. When your cursor is at this place, run, okay. So in this way you can easily create the script file and you can use, you can save this file. If I close it, okay, and if I want to reuse the same file, and you will see that all the tasks which I perform, double click on it and the file is available, the codes are available, I can modify, I can recheck it, I need not worry where are my code, where I have write the program. So everything will be available inside your script file or the editor file, okay. I close it, CLC and clear. Now I have some interesting examples how the types of the we have the types of the data, which of the type of the data is available inside, and how we can use the display function, okay. So I am checking here, this is the display function file, yes. So before this I have to clear about the logical operators, okay, and here is yes. So this is the script file which I have created, and from this we can discuss the which type of the data we can store inside MATLAB. Okay, so here you can see MATLAB supports several type of the data known as data type or the classes. Below is the list of the commonly used data type in MATLAB along with examples. I try to put here several examples here. So here you can see I am using here a CLC and clear. So very first example is of A is equal to 3.14. So this is the float value. This is the float value. Okay, and you can take here this is, we can take here 1.4 only. Okay, so when and this will return the single double, and when you will use okay, run this session only. Yes, so let's discuss one by one. So here A is equal to 1.4. This is the return the class double. So this is the double class, the first value. The class is which type of the data is there. Okay, then you can see single. If you want to convert the data in single precision float, you can see we have the data is we have to use single function 3.14, and this will return the class of the data is single, but in that case you have to use single, and class of B, this will return the single data. And for the integer, okay, there are integer type like int 8, int 16, int 32, int 64 and whatever. So here you can see I have int 16, and you can check the class of C. C is the variable, and we store this value inside C, and by using the class we can check the class of the data. Okay, so here we have is int 16. So when you will execute this shell, and you can see here the class of this value is int 16. Similarly, you can check for the other, but you have to convert to the data. You have to store the data, in which format you are saving or store the data. Okay, according to that you can check the class of the data which you have stored. Now we can have some logical values like B is equal to 2, C, CLC. If you are using here true, so this is the logical Boolean value. So either true is the meaning of true is logically true, and which is 1. And if you are using here false, then this will return 0. Okay, if you have any string or character, sometimes we have to save the data like string. Suppose here is name is equal to, I have to use quote sign here. You can use single quote sign. Okay, so here my name is Meher Chand, right? And when you will enter, so this information is stored inside name. Okay, you can use here semicolon and enter, and if you want to display this name, okay, name is Meher Chand. So this information is stored at this place. So the character array also we can store inside, or either you can use also the double quote sign. Okay, when you will use the double quote sign, in that case we have the string, and if you are using the single quote sign, in that case we have the character. Okay, so this is the character array when you are using the single quote sign, and when you are using the double quote sign, that will be the string. Okay, so there are different use of this type of the data. See here CLC, and F is equal to, I have is, if you are using double quote sign. Okay, but here this will be appeared same, but you must be clear about the meaning of single and double quote sign. Display F. Okay. Similarly, you can save the data mixed type, like you have the text, you have the matrix, or you have a character or any numerical value. So here you can see this is the cell array. Okay, so here is curly bracket is used here to create the cell array. First we have is the one, then you can see we have is a text, this is the character, then we have this is the array. Okay, so all these are the element of G, and when you will check the class of G, this will return cell. So this is the cell only. Okay, you can see here is cell. Again, you can structure the grouped data. How you can do? You can see here h dot name alias, h dot age 30. So this is the grouped data. You can check. So name and age both are given there, and this is the group of one thing. So this will return the structure. This will return the structure. You can check here. This is the structure. If you want to create the table, you can do. Here you can see table. Okay, and these are the name of the first column and second column. Then these are the values. Okay, so class is T, and you can display also the table. So two things will appear in the command window. Okay, you can run this shell. You can see this is the table, and this is the first variable. In the first column we have the variable, and in the second column we have their values. Okay, so this you can customize the names of the columns also. And if you have the categories of the array, we can do also categorize red, blue, red, green. Okay, so this will categorize. You can check it categorical. Okay, so these are the categories of the colors. So this type of the data we can store inside the MATLAB. Now second is a very interesting part. Now we can discuss about the display function. Select this file and enter. So this display function will be printed. Display function is very useful. See here various examples I try to put here so that you can easily understand, and all the script files will be available for you. Later on at the end I will let you know how you can access these files. Okay, but basically right now you must be try to understand how we are using these script files and how these are useful. If you have any question, you can put in the chat box also. I will try to read your questions as well, and we'll discuss later. Okay, thank you to all. Nice one. I am Halima. Okay, thank you. Good evening to all. And Subhashri, a very effective session. I am Subhashri. Okay, so thank you to all, and keep stay. Many interesting things are going to display now. Okay, everything will be very effective, very useful. So now here we have several applications of the display function. Okay, previously we display only the results, but here display the text message. See here, you can write this code, but to save the time and to demonstrate various examples, I have prepared the script file so that I can save the time. Okay, so when you will press here, see display, and inside the code side program started successfully, enter. So the same statement will print. If you have any string, okay, or character, you can use the display function. Sometimes we have to pass the value. Okay, just example, x is equal to I have is 90, and if you want to print this value, you can use display function. Okay, display the value of x. See, the value of x is 90. Okay, similarly, if you have the sum and you want to return, see here, the sum of the two values we are using here, sum is equal to you can take 90 plus 78, semicolon, and enter, then display. But here we are using in the different way. Okay, so inside this you will use this bracket, a square bracket also. So we are using here the string. Okay, you will use this quote sign, and the sum of the two numbers. We are taking here 90 and second number is 78. Okay, then you will take here is, then after you will move your cursor outside this one, or if you want to use the colon sign, you can use here this colon sign, depend upon your choice. Okay, then after this quote sign, you will use here comma, num to string, str. Okay, and here you will use the sum. Okay, so this value which was computed at its place will store inside at its place. Okay, and then enter. So you can see here, by using this statement, okay, in this way, the meaning of use of this one is num to string. Okay, we want to print this entire statement, so this part is the string. We have to convert this numerical value which is computed at its place. First we need to convert this value in string. So we have the inbuilt function which is num to string. This will convert this numerical value into the string. Only then this value will be printed here. So this is the use at this place, how we can use display function, and the sum of the two number 90 and 76 is 168. So in this way we can use also this function. Okay, CLC and clear. Okay, so now you can see there is one more example is here. For the debugging also you can check it, y is equal to 10. If y will be equal to 10, only then a display checking the value of variable y, if you want to check. Okay, and display y. See, to run execute this part, check the value of y. Okay, so y, the value of y is 10, this is 10. So this way also you can use. But sometimes if you want to display the matrix, in that case, if you want to enter the matrix, how you can write the matrix? See here, A is equal to, if you are using here 1, 2, 3, okay, and then enter. This is only the one array. Okay, this is the matrix of 1 by 3 order. If you need the matrix of 2 by 3 or 2 by 2, in that case, how you can do, or how you can enter the matrix? Check it first. So in the first row I have the element 1, 2, 3, then use a semicolon. Semicolon will break the first row, then 2, 3, 4, then again use the semicolon, break the row, 3, 4, 5, semicolon, 4, 5, 6, and then display A. See here, so we have this matrix. So to separate the row element, we are using comma. and to break the row we have to use semicolon. Okay, so in this way you can enter the matrix, right? Also you can write in this way. In the place of comma you can use only space. 1 2 3 4 5 6 and A is equal to C. So either you will use the comma to separate the element of the row, or you can use space. So by using the space also we can have the matrix. So depend upon your choice whether you are using a space or comma. So in this way we can do CLC. We can we can use the displaying message in the loop. See here, for I equal to 1 2 3, the values are from 1 2 3, and here display the iteration. Okay, how many iterations are there? Sometimes when we write any program and we want to check how many iterations we have used. Okay, so for that purpose you can use display function here. This is the for loop starting from 1 to 3, and we have to end at this place, and here we are using the display function, display, and this is the iteration, and this will represent the number of iterations. We have to convert these values in the string format, only then this will display. To execute this part, what we have to do, we have to, your cursor must be at a place and press on run session. Yes, iteration 1, iteration 2, iteration 3. So in this way you can use this part. Okay, if you have up to 10. Okay, first I am removing this value. See, so these will be 10 iterations starting from 1 up to 10. Execute by pressing run section. So these are the iteration 1 2 3 4 5 and so on. Okay, so in this way we can use. Now we have the display empty special condition. See here, used to handle the condition with no output or the warn user. Okay, see here, data is 1 2. If is empty data, if there is no data, then display no data available. Otherwise this will display the data. Okay, so if else end. So if the data is available, if the data is empty, then this message will return condition is true. If data is there, this statement is false and will print this value. See, here is 1 2. Here is 1 2. Since the data set have two values, if there is no value, now the data is empty, this condition is true. If this condition is true, then this statement will execute. See, no data available. If there is data, okay, now this condition is false. Data is not empty. This condition is false. Then this will display. See, you can see 1 2 3 4. These are the values inside this data. Okay, so in this way we can use this display function, and I hope that you understand the various use of this data set. Okay, next we have the most important thing is matrix. Matrix play very important role for the entire computing part by using the MATLAB for the data analysis, for solving the system of equations, for the system of differential equations, For data analytic, if you have any kind of the data, you can import the data inside MATLAB for data analytic, for statistical analysis, for machine learning, and many more. Okay, so the entire everything inside in the MATLAB is matrix, and on the basis of the matrix operations are there, and all the manipulations are based on the matrix inside MATLAB. And later on I will show you how all the informations are converted in the matrix. Okay, so here we have the matrix operations are there, and how we can enter the matrix row, how we can create the row matrix, how we can create the column matrix, everything. See here, CLC. If I have the row matrix, then this is very simple. A is equal to, you can enter 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the row matrix. If you want to create column matrix, okay, so what you will do for the column matrix, see here, this is the B, okay, and here you will use semicolon. This is the semicolon. This is the semicolon. So this is the column matrix. Okay, so when you are using the comma, in that case we have the row matrix, row vector. If you are using the semicolon after each element, this will generate the column matrix or column vector. Okay, so both the examples we have discussed here, you can see this is the column vector. If you want to execute, you can execute from this place. Yeah, this is the row and this is the column. So row vector contain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as well as column vector also contain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but each element are separated with semicolon. If you want to create the matrix, very simple, we have discussed already. And here this is the matrix 1, 2, 3 semicolon 4, 5, 6. This is the matrix of 2 by 3 order. Okay, there are several predefined matrices inside MATLAB, and we can use them directly. Sometimes we need to create. So if you want to generate zero matrix, so you will use zeros. Okay, so this will generate the zeros matrix. See, I am copying from this place and here. So these are the 3 by 3 order zero matrix. Okay, if you are using ones, see here, ones 2 by 4. So all the element will be 1, and the order of the matrix is 2 by 4, means there will be 2 rows and 4 column. Copy and paste here. Okay, see here, 2 rows and 4 column. You can manipulate this value 3 by 4, and to execute this shell there will be some more matrices are there. Yeah, for identity matrix you will use I4. Okay, I is inbuilt function. If you are using here I2 and enter, so this is the 2 by 2 identity matrix diagonal element. These are the diagonal element which are 1. If you are using here 3, this is the 3 by 3 identity matrix. Okay, when you will press the upward arrow sign from the keyboard, see, this is the upward arrow sign, and left arrow, your cursor will be moved inside, and backspace will delete the value, and you can update this value. Okay, and enter. So this is the 4 by 4 order matrix, CLC. And you can generate the random matrix also by using rand function. See here. So the values, when you are using the random matrix 2 by 2 order, the values lies between 0 to 1. All these values will always appear 0 to 1. So each time when you will execute, the new value will appear there. In the previously we have these values, but when you will run this again, you will have new values. So each time the values will be new. Okay, but values lies between 0 to 1. So here is the line space function. Line space function will work like as see here. In the beginning, we use here 0 and point we can use here 5, 0.22 colon 1 and enter. So you can see, and similarly we can use the line space. So there is a little bit difference between the line space and this one. Both will generate the vector. So the interval is 0 to 1, and 0 to interval will be divided into 10 points. See, interval is, the minimum value is 0, maximum value is 1, but these are 10 values. Okay, so we can divide the given interval into the sub points by customizing this value, how many points are required for a particular vector. So according to the need, we can divide into the sub intervals. Okay, and in this side we are making here step size. Okay, how which step size are required. Okay, here the step size is defined, but here step size is not defined. Only we have the sub intervals. Okay, so according to the sub step size, we have the sub interval, but here we are giving the number of the sub intervals, and according to that the step size will be created. Thank you, dear participant, and showing your interest. Okay, now some more interesting examples are there. How we can, first I would like to clear this part. CLC and clear. So a CLC is used to clear the command window, and clear is used to clear the workspace. Okay, now here you can see some more examples are there. Reshape. So here we have the vector only. We have the vector. V is equal to 1 to 12. So there are 12 numbers starting from 1, and the last number is 12. So this vector we can convert in the matrix by using the reshape function. By using reshape function. Okay. Of any order, here we want to create the matrix of 3 by 4 order. So what you will do? We will run this shell. Okay, see here, and we have to display M. Display M. Okay, so you can see these numbers. If you want to display V, okay, then also you can display M. Display M also. Okay, see, yes, these are the numbers 1 2 3 4 up to 12. Okay, and this is the matrix 3 by 4 order, 3 rows and 4 column, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. Okay, or after, if you want to get the size M, M is the rows and N is the column. So you can check M is equal to, the value of M is 3 and that of N is 4. Okay, or you can directly check the size M. Size M and enter. So 3 rows and 4 column. Okay, so if sometimes we need to use these numbers and anywhere. In that case we have to store. Without storing the values we are not able to use. Okay, so these values are useless. If you will store like the number of rows, how many number of rows are there and columns are there, so these are the assignment variable. So the values will be stored with these variables. Okay, and we can use these numbers anywhere, but these are not useful. Okay, so in this way you can store the values inside the variables. Also you can have operator. So here v1 is the one operator, 1 to 10, and v2 is 0 to 0.5 colon 2. So these are the two vectors v1 and v2. We can operate all these. Run this first. Okay, you can check v1. Okay, you can check v2. So these are the vectors. Okay, now if we have quick exercise for the practice, this part is yourself, you can do like a1 b1 if you need the transpose matrix. Okay, so how you can get the transpose? We have this a1, you can execute. We can execute from this place. Yes, so this is the a1. A1 is randy, means integers from 1 to 10. We are rand I means integer. So these are the random variable but integer 1 to 10, and we want to create the matrix of 3 by 3 order. Okay, so this is the random matrix but the elements are integer. Then you can see you can create the column vector by using the transpose symbol. Okay, b is equal to, I have 10 to 10 colon 50. The meaning is that 10 to 50, but the step size is 10. This is the step size. And then you can see here is the quote sign. The meaning of this quote sign is transpose. So the values are 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. Similarly, you can use the reshape matrix. Here you can see 1 to 12 and 4 by 3. So this matrix is generated. 4 by 3, 4 rows and 3 column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Unit 2 is very, very important. Sometimes you need to access any element, and we can easily do. Okay, we can easily do. How? We have the single element access. We can access row and column, logical indexing and modifying the element. So these will be discussed here. So first you will see that we have, this is the D matrix. This is the D matrix. Okay, so CLC. I am copying this one and use here. Okay, then D is equal to, I have is this one. If you want to check the D is this matrix. So in the first row we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. This is the matrix. Okay, so the meaning of this one, X is equal to D23. Okay, so second row and third column. This will access the element from D. D is the matrix. D23 means second row, third column. This is second row and third column. 60 will be access. See here. Okay, this element has been accessed by using this operation. D is the matrix and the second row, third column element. You can access in this way. Okay. If you want to access row or column, okay, see this one. What happened? I am taking only this part. and enter. The before comma we have the rows, and after that we have the column. Okay, but here we are using the colon sign. Column means all the element, all the columns. Okay, and 2 means second row. See here, this is the D matrix. Okay, and here when you use this one, you have the second row. If you are using here 3, this will access all the elements of third row. If you are using here 1, this is the first row. So in this way we can access first row, second row, third row element. If you want to access any column, see here I have to use this colon sign, and here if I am using 1, the meaning is that first column will be accessed. These are the element of the first column. If you are using here 2, okay, this is the second column. If you are using here 3, this is the third column. Okay, so in this way we can easily access row element, any row or any column. Okay, but you must be understand the syntax, and these will be very helpful. Sometimes we need to access sub matrix. Okay, we need to access the sub matrix. This is the D, see here, and I want to access this one. So sub matrix, so I am taking here, see this part, first row to second row, and after comma second row to third column. When I will enter, see this is the sub matrix, first row, second row, second column, third column. So according to this one we have 20, 30, 50 and 60, you can see. So in this way you can access sub matrix, or you can generate the sub matrix. Okay, and here also we have the logical indexing or slicing. If it is required, we can do. Here you can see that IDX D is greater than 50. Okay, so all the element from D matrix which are greater than 50 will be displayed. Check it. So these are the values which are greater than 50. If you are using here less than, so only the elements which are less than 50 will print here. So these are the elements which are less than 50. Okay, if you want to change the element which are greater than 50 to 0, so by using this statement D and D greater than 50, and here you are using 0, what happen? All the elements which are greater than 50 will be replaced into 0. Okay, check it. So you can see these elements are 0 and this is also 0. So all the element which was greater than 50 replaced into 0. Okay, sometimes if you need to modify the value, if you want to change any value, you can do, we can do. See this example. D12 means first row, second column, element must be equal to 99. See here. This element is 99. Okay, first row, second column, element must be 99, and this value has been changed by using this statement. Sometimes if you need to change the entire row, we can do. See here, by using this statement, what happened? The second row element will be 1, 2, 3. Okay, in the second row the element will be 1, 2, 3. See, very simple. Second row element are 1, 2, 3. Okay, similarly you can change the column. The first column element must be 100, 200, 300. You can check it. The first two elements are 100, 200, 300. Don't worry that you don't have this file. I will let you know how you can access these files, and after that you will do practice on it. Don't worry about that. The contents which I am presenting here will be available for you, and I will let you know how you can access all this content. Okay, so don't worry. Some of the participants are worried that I think they joined the session later on. Okay, don't worry that all the content which I am using here, I will let you know how you can access, or I will share all this content on your WhatsApp number. Okay, also remember that the feedback form is available, and the certificate will be only if you will submit your feedback form. Only those people will get the certificate of participation. Okay, and many more other information will I let you know after this session, when the session will be close to end. So this part is for practice only. Addition, subtraction and multiplication are very simple to use here. Okay, so here we have some basic operations and we can do easily. Okay, here we have two matrices, A1 and B1. Okay, so first you will run this shell. If you want to do this is the A1 matrix and B1 matrix. If you want to check, you will enter here A1 and then B1. Okay, A1 and B1. These are the matrices. And to get the addition, you can see C add. This will return A1 plus B1, and C subtract. This will return A1 minus B1, and here these values will be displayed. C. So this is the addition and this is the subtraction. Similarly, we can have the multiplication, C element A1 product. So there are two types of the product. One is the element wise multiplication. So in that case, each element is multiplied individually with the second matrix. And one is the matrix multiplication. This follows the matrix multiplication rule, rows and columns. Okay, so here first is the element wise multiplication, and this will display the value, and this is the matrix multiplication. Okay, and run the code. Yes, so this is the element wise multiplication and this is the matrix multiplication. So there is difference between these two, and you must understand. Then we have the transpose. If you want to transpose any matrix, you can do easily A1 and this sign will return the transpose. See, so rows will be converted into the column. And also you can use transpose function, which is available here. You can use this function also. And if you want to get the inverse matrix, we have inverse A1. Okay, so this will be the matrix inverse only when we have the square matrix and non-singular. And P inverse is also there, this type of the pseudo inverse for singular and non-square matrix. So if you have the similar but non-square matrix, in that case you will use this one. And if you have the square matrix and non-singular, in that case you will use this function to get the inversion of the matrices. Okay, and see here we have the values. And if you want to get the determinant and the rank of the matrix, for the determinant you will use det a1. Okay, this will return the determinant of the matrix, and this will return the rank of the matrix. See here. Okay, in this way we can use. So this is the part of the matrices and some basic operations. And now CLC, plot 3, help plot, sorry, we are using here help plot. Okay, and documentation, here is the 3D plotting, and inside the 3D plotting we have various type of the examples you can find. See here I am taking the line plot, and in the line plot we can have different examples. So we will check the line plot and plot 3. Okay, plot 3 means when we have 3 variables, and from the side you can check the example. Okay, so here these are the some parametric functions, and you can display inside here by taking CLC Control N. Okay, and save the file Control S, plot 3, enter. Plot 3 is the same, so we have to delete this one. Okay, well, you can see we cannot save this file with this name. Okay, because this file already exists inside the MATLAB. That's why Control N, and here Control S, plotting 2 and 3. Okay, so here you can see this is the line space 0 to 10 pi, and this is the step size. Okay, so here is the sine function, and this is the other function in parametric form. Okay, and plot, by using this plot 3 function we can plot this graph. See, okay, you can add here a grid on. You can use grid on. So when you will do grid on, this will appear in this way. If you will do here box on, and check it, this will appear like in this way. Okay, also you can add here title, subtitle, X label, Y label, Z label, etc. X label, you can insert here X. Okay, and for Y label, sorry, Y label also you can insert Y. Okay, and you can insert here title. This is the plot 3 for parametric function. Okay, see now. So here in this graph you can see on this side we have x-axis, here is y, and on the top you can see plot 3, name of the function which you have give the title for this graph, and z label is missing. You can use here also z label. Z label. Okay, here is z label. You can give anything name, any name. So in this way you can manipulate, you can customize the graph according to the need. Okay, CLC. So here you can have some more example and you can check them. Examples, scroll down. Yes, you can see various examples are there. So various examples are there and you can do some practice on it. You can check all these. Okay, for 2D plot, 3D plot, everything is there, and you can directly put here plot 3, plot graph. Okay, this will open the command window, open the document for plotting. It will take a few seconds. It is in the processing. Okay, you can use here help plot. This will take less time. Okay, documentation, and this will open frequently. Yes, so here you can find the various examples are there. For statistical examples are there, how you can use polar plots are there. Okay, every type of the depend upon your area, and according to that you can find various type of the examples. If you have the geographical plot, you can find the examples from this place. Okay, so here are the examples, and according to that you can use, you can check. Here are the examples. Okay, so you can check here examples. Check it there. So all type of the functions are there, and you can take help from this. And if you have some more examples, you can check from this place, documentation, and come back. If you need some statistical examples, we can check from 2D and 3D polar discrete data. Okay, so here we have some bar graph is there. Okay, click here, and for that you need some database. Okay, here you can see this is the data inside, and you can plot the graph easily. Various examples are there. Okay, according to your need you can take the help. You can use, see here, why is this is the data, and we want to plot bar graph. Okay, one more thing, yes, this is the bar plot. Okay, so this information is stored here, and when you will double click on it, you can see the information is in Excel format. Here, this is the mat file. Okay, so these are the values, 11 values are there. You can close it. Just what you will do, you will select this one and come back at the apps. Okay, so here you can see various options are there, and you can select this one. Sorry, I'm taking just 1 minute. Yes, this is the curve filter, not required for this session. I have to close this file. Just 1 minute, I have to go. Yes, see here. This is the vector and the information which we have in this y variable. Just you need to click here and see how simple is to use. So here we have the plot and various options are there. When you will click this one, so this graph will plot. If you are selecting this one, so this graph will plot. And if you want to plot to bar graph, very simple. If you want to display this information in the pie chart, you have. Okay, histogram is also there. This is the histogram for this y. Okay, so there are various options are there. You can see if you want to display pi 3, this is the pi 3. This is the pi 3. Okay. If you want to use this petro, you can do. This is the petro. If you need this type of the graph, okay, this is the bar and this is the bar H. You can display. So the same data, and you can frequently visualize which pattern is better for your result. You need not require any kind of the programming. Just you have to enter the data, or if you have the data in the CSV file or Excel, you can import, you can use. Very simple to use. Okay, just you need to select this part and then you can select these. First you have to go at the plots, then after you have these different functions. Okay, and according to that you can use any plot according to your need. Stem plot, you can see this is the stem plot. Stair plot is there. Okay, so this is the just overview about the today's session, and which I wanted to display you. Now I have come here. So here we discuss about the basics, metal programming, variable, arrays, operations, skit functions, data type, variables, array we have discussed, and with the various examples. Okay, this is also the 2D and 3D plotting basics are there, and which has been discussed. All type of the plotting we can have inside the matplot graphic, starting from the basic plotting function, which will include line plot, scatter plot, bar graph, histogram, 3D plot, contour plot, heat map, polar plot in the advanced plotting. And customization will include changing the color, line style. We can add legend and annotations, setting access limit. Okay, so this is the exploring the matrix computation, and very useful matrix operations which we discuss here. Fundamental operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication and inversion we can use for the solving equations by using the methods such as Gaussian elimination and LU decomposition. We can simulate rows in analyzing the complex data. We can use this matrix operations computation for the engineering applications, just like use in the structural analysis and FEA. We can use these computations for signal processing application and control system applications, just like modeling dynamic system and designing controllers. So if you want to follow and need the regular updates, you can scan this QR code to join the MATLAB community, and video form, share your experience. This will take few minutes to fill the feedback form based on your experience during the session. Your honest response will help us better serve you and others in the upcoming event. This form is mandatory to receive the e-certificate. Only participants who attend the full session and submit this form will be eligible. Also, you can contact us by these numbers, specifically by WhatsApp. And if you want to visit our website, that is www.mttfhub.com. This is our official website. And if you want to visit our YouTube channel, you can have @MTTF2020. So this is the basic all about the today's session, and I hope that the session is very useful. Now the thing is how you can get the feedback form. Okay, just you need to go to description of the today's session, and a feedback link is available there. Okay, you can click the link, go to the description of the today's session, and submit your feedback form. Okay, your feedback is very important, and the people who will submit the feedback form, we will share all the content which we present in the today's session. Okay, so thank you to all to attend and to join the today's session, and I hope that you will enjoy the today's session. You can share if this information is important for you. Also, one more thing, we have started some courses on the basis of the MATLAB, which is essential for all the participants, and some courses which are related to numerical methods, okay, and many more. You can visit at this place, see here, where you can get the some courses. You will visit the mattechguru.com. So when you will click on the mattechguru.com, okay, here you can find various courses are there. Okay, some are free, some are paid by using the MATLAB and Python, data science, data analytic. Okay, so various courses are available here. So for the beginners, this course is going to start very soon. For the MATLAB essential course is there. Yes, this is the course, MATLAB Essential, a step-by-step guide for the beginners. This course is essential for all the beginners. Okay, then we have the exploring calculus with MATLAB, and we have the course on numerical methods for partial differential equations and ODE also. Okay, this course is for ODE with MATLAB. So various methods are there which we have used in these courses, and you can access these courses. Okay, so thank you to all, and also we are going to start the series which will be on live on YouTube channel. You can continue. We will share all the information, and you will follow our. You can join the MATLAB community. So here, time to time, all the programs which we organize by using the MATLAB or the other softwares, you can easily get the information about the upcoming sessions. So thank you to very much. And also one more thing I will let you know. To get regular updates, you must subscribe the session. To subscribe this channel and share with your colleagues, friends. Thank you to to join us today's session, and keep stay with us. Thank you, and thank you once again. Now the session is over.